Fallout is a lie. Okay.
A lot of you are expecting me to spend the majority of this video talking about how the game is just a buggy mess and regaling you with stories of how I clipped through the ground or was accosted by hordes of T-posing NPCs. Those were my expectations when I signed up to play the beta, and for the most part, my expectations were met. But that is not why I want to talk about this game today. I want to talk about how Fallout 76 is a lie. As a game, 76 is honestly very functional. All of the core game mechanics and systems work pretty much exactly as they should.
Right.
The few bugs I encountered were merely visual and had no real impact on the game. 76 actually seems to be one of the most stable Bethesda titles I've ever played, and
I wanna see his message, sorry.
on the game. 76 actually seems to be one of the most stable.
Extremely qualified statement. Alright. We are talking about an open world game. Alright, these bugs, yeah, we all of the games got them. I didn't see them yet. That much, but yeah.
Stable Bethesda titles I've ever played, and unfortunately it's an absolutely soulless game, an endless void of uninspired grinding.
Uninspired grinding? What grinding?
I spent a lot of time trying to figure out why it's such an absolute chore to play, because I went into it optimistically. I was honestly hoping for a good time. I've sunk a ridiculous amount of hours into the Fallout and Elder Scrolls series, and I've enjoyed them a lot despite their flaws. But 76 just stands apart. It's the black sheep of the series. The really boring black sheep. The main story. It's pathetic. Fallout 76 is the story of an insane man chasing quest markers around a map while pointless audio logs play in the background. You do not have any goals or direction. There are no characters to get you engaged or immersed in the game.
Yeah,
just
true.
an endless series of quest markers
True.
to follow around. Saying
True.
the story is half-assed would be an overstatement. It's closer to no-assed.
This game looks
The
good,
world.
by the way.
It's actually quite beautiful. The environments look really great and contain many different visually distinct areas. It's just too bad there's nothing in this world worth finding. One of the first things I noticed
Now it's super play. It was crystal clear before, like no blurriness. Maybe it was a cinematic.
while playing the game is that enemies respawn all the time. It's absolutely absurd. You'll fight your way through an area, go into a building to pick up some loot, walk back out not even 5 minutes later and all the enemies are just right back where they were. I have even witnessed enemies respawning right in front of me once or twice. Where did his body go? Did he just respawn?
Yeah, that's a
What is this? Final Fantasy 14? Oh, they both respawn. What the fuck is this?
yeah.
I'm
The
standing right
respawn
here,
is
but-
a little
but hold
bit
on.
high, but
Respawning enemies
before he say anything about the responding, it should be responding, but not like couple of seconds. Or maybe it's a server kinda like a loop, every 10 minutes, and then it happened to be like that 10 minutes when he just killed it. It might be a thing. It should be like an individual. Once an enemy dies after X amount respawn, not a server respawn. I understand that. Fallout 4 main story was really good in my opinion, though. I'm not. There is nothing over there as a story, to be honest, on the Fallout 76. But again, it never meant to be a story. About the story. It was meant to be for multiplayer. On that, I can agree with that. Stories, there is nothing over there for me to attach myself. It's just, oh, this happened over here. Oh, that's what happened over there. Oh, that what happened over there. But there is nothing connecting the dots. It's like every part of the map they have their own little story. You know what I mean? Which is,
shouldn't be that big of a deal if the combat is good, right? Well,
the
the
combat
gunplay in
is
76 is fine.
yeah.
It's very responsive and the guns feel good to shoot, but there is literally no challenge in this game at all. Almost every enemy takes 1 or 2 shots to kill,
No.
while the player seems to be built like a literal tank.
Did you fight mutants? Did you fight the mini bosses, the elites? No.
I never really got around to trying out the power armor, but I imagine it works like the star power-up in Super Mario Bros. It's a joke, get it? At first I thought this was just because I was in a low-level area, but I ended up running into an enemy that was nearly double my level at one point.
There we go.
And he was basically no threat whatsoever. I just backpedaled down the road and shot him in the face a few times. This game's difficulty feels like I'm playing Fallout 4.
There is more of this.
On the game journalist difficulty. It is mind-numbingly boring. And as a result of that, I quickly started using the fast travel whenever I possibly could to avoid fighting endless waves of impotent enemies. And actually, let's talk about the enemies some more. Fallout 76 actually has a lot of variety in enemy types.
I haven't really seen so many varieties. I've seen, like, let's say, you know, the cockroaches, the bugs, the ghouls, the new one that comes from the Fallout 4. Yeah, I've seen that one as well. Maybe you can upload your reaction on YouTube. Maybe, yeah, why not? It's me agreeing and disagreeing with him for what he's saying, pausing to put my input between his statements, let's say. About the variety, I haven't really seen myself, but I haven't played them. I haven't explored beyond, you know, too much. Yeah, you know, the standards are over there, but I'm still expecting to see different varieties as we go.
Probably almost double the amount in Fallout 4. But it's too bad that the game refuses to spawn any of them. Every single area I visited was just overflowing with Scorched. The game would just spawn hordes of them in every zone. I seriously could not escape the fucking things. It was like they were following me, spawning them in a circle around me every
Too many ghouls.
time I moved. The Scorched appear to be Fallout 76's version of Raiders, and that really sucks because Raiders and Fallout games have always been super interesting and added lots of personality to the game. I mean, who can forget great lines like,
"Never should have come here."
What is a Fallout game without never should have come here? Well, Fallout 76 is that game because Scorched are not interesting. They don't talk, they don't do anything, they just die. You put bullets in them and they fall over. That's fucking gameplay, my friends. Oof. So what else is there in the world? There are area quests. Basically any player who's nearby can come and participate in an area quest to help complete it and wait a second. Why does this game have fates? Huh. And actually, speaking of fates, does this quest log look familiar? Kind of reminds me of something.
Yeah. Elder Scrolls.
The loot, which is basically the only reason to play the game.
If it works, why not apply it for yourself? It's from the Elder Scrolls, not from whatever you found that. Can go, Elder Scrolls, it's pretty much the same.
There's no story, and the enemies suck, so the loot has to be good, right? Wow, okay, you dropped a missile launcher. Maybe this is the point where Fallout 76 actually gets fun. Okay, I guess not then. This was the moment of revelation for me.
Fortnite references. I like when they do when they do random references. But anyway, about the rocket launcher, the level cap, acceptable. You know, you gotta be level up to use a higher level. You know, you got used to the previous Fallouts where you can just grab whatever you want and go. But here we go in a multiplayer. You know, you're not gonna be level 1. All right, you're just gonna join the game and your friend's gonna come to you and give you a rocket launcher. You know. It's not gonna go this way.
This was the point that I figured it out. Fallout 76 is not a Fallout game. It's a fucking MMO. The core gameplay is there.
It's an MMO, massive multiplayer online game.
It's a shooty game where you collect loot and level up. But all the joy of playing a Fallout game is just absent. There are no cool characters to meet. There are no interesting areas. There are no quests. Every area is just...
What? No quests? Hello? Literally. 1 frame ago. What the fuck is that? That's quests. It says events, it says personal, it says yada yada, you know. That's quests.
Characters to meet. There are no interesting areas, there are no quests.
There is interesting areas. The map is just giant. Just go around and explore. Yesterday I went to the top of the mountain and I explored like a park or whatever it was that. It was amazing. I took my time and I looked around every single thing within the area, within that. It was interesting. Oh, what's going on next? Welcome to the stream, bro.
Every area is just go here, kill dudes, pick up loot, and return. And is the loot even worth anything? No, of course not. MMOs are designed to waste your time, so you'll find 500,000 pipe pistols that are all worth 1 cap. 1 cap! Thank you, Todd.
Yeah, you get resources so you can craft it.
The crafting system is completely gutted. One of my favorite things in Fallout 4 was the crafting. Every gun had dozens of cool mods you could stick on it, and you could customize every little detail to your liking. It was honestly a lot of fun, and one of the best things
I cannot compare it with the Fallout 4 because it's the only one that I didn't play, but I can agree with the attachments. Laughing my ass off, I just finished watching this video. Really? Well, what a coincidence. I can agree with the mods. I don't see much of them. Like if you open up the game and go to the mods to mod a specific, let's say the shotgun, it has like 1 to 2 at the maximum that I've seen 4 mods on a specific part, which that makes it a little bit meh. So hopefully we're gonna get some different mods as we go down the line, of course. Getting new weapons, hopefully it's gonna be something more innovating, I will say, okay?
things they added to that game. So of course, crafting in Fallout 76 is completely pointless.
You see that?
You cannot make anything cool, you cannot make anything interesting.
He says none, he says none, he says none. Ah, that's a bit eh.
In fact, you really can't make anything at all. All the menus are just completely empty. Why? Why?
I can agree.
The cash shop. I don't really need to say anything about this. There's a cash shop, and everyone knows cash shops are cancer.
You unlock everything by playing the game, alright? Ignore the shop. The same way that I ignore it and ignore it as well, alright? You don't need it. You will unlock everything by just playing the game.
I don't really need to say anything
It says owned, okay? You got it by playing the game. Just play the game. Don't worry
about this. There's a cash shop, and everyone knows cash shops are cancer. Thank you, Todd. Very
Ignore it.
The leveling completely sucks. I have no idea how they fucked this up so bad. Leveling up in Skyrim and Fallout 4 was awesome. There were so many good perks to choose from, and every level made you feel tangibly stronger.
What is this, by the way? That's not the shelter, isn't it? No, it's not.
And it was just kind of great. But leveling up...
Is it something inside the Fallout 76? Fallout 4. It has 1 to 2 base mods. Other mods are found in plants. For example, my shotgun has 5 mods. For every category, expect miscs. So yeah, you just need to play. Alright. It's from Fallout 4. Nice.
Fallout 76 is pretty bland. The game randomizes.
So you unlock more mods as you explore and you get recipes and stuff. Recipes that I keep getting.
Choose from, and most of them are really anemic. I honestly couldn't tell much of a difference between my character when I was level 1 versus when I was level 11. It felt more or less the same. And because of the randomness, there's basically no chance that you can specialize towards a specific kind of build. You're just sort of stuck with whatever they give you. I imagine that after a few hundred hours of playtime, you might be able to collect all the different perks, but there is no way I'm going to suffer through to that point. The only real upside I can think of for this new system is that it allows you to swap perks on the fly. You're not bound to any specific kind of build. You can just...
On this, I will say, and you guys know what I thought about this one was a cap where it's gonna be all of them the same. You know, eventually everything's gonna be maxed out. You know, that's what I'm thinking about. That's what I wanna see. I wanted to see, like, let's say everything's gonna cap on the, let's say 10. That's it. So with whatever cards you have, you're gonna try to level them up and then eventually get like different combinations. Not really allow one perk to go higher and the other perk to go lower. I kind of wanted it to be like in a cap, but I can understand why it is the way it is. You can't max out everything. Yeah, that's what I mean. I wish I was able to max out everything and have like a solid number. Let's say that's 8, all right? 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, and that's it for every person, right? Balancing, basically.
Swap things in and out whenever you please. And I guess that's good for a co-op game, but
I could do that, but, you know, the other guy is gonna have, like, I don't know, 15 points on strength, and I'm gonna be, like, an intelligent. Woohoo, you know?
we'll get to the co-op
Just
later.
saying,
Don't
it's
worry.
just an idea, I'm not...
The
whatever.
building system is totally pointless. The game gives you
That is correct as well. Not very pointless. Before he says anything, it feels pointless because when someone comes to your base, there is nothing for them to fight for. Other than just griefing just to be annoying, breaking your shit and stealing your stuff, you know. There's not really any reason for the building to exist. But as you go down the line, you will be able to have, like, you know, farms, and you will be able to have resources and food and water and minerals that you can, you know, farm for yourself. Now, when it comes to the PvP, I didn't really see a reason why I would go to someone's house and you know, attack him to get what. There is nothing over there, since everyone has their own personal, you know, the personal inventory. Unfortunately, I wish it was something, you know, hey, I came to your base and I attacked it. Hey, I win something, you know. There's nothing like that. Yeah, if you kill an enemy, you get, like, you know, junks, great, but not very innovative when it comes to survival. Every stat has its own cap of 15, but you can have all of them actual. Yeah, I wanted everything to be on 15, not everything to be on 8. You know what I mean? Anyway, it's just me. Don't worry.
a pathetically tiny space to build in.
And about the pathetic small place, not really. I mean, kinda, but not really.
And the resources needed to make anything cool are a pain to collect. And if that isn't enough of a problem, building in Fallout without mods is just annoying. And you can't scrap anything either, so if there's something annoying in your way, you just have to deal with it. And just as one final nail in the coffin, when you log out, everything you built just gets removed and put back into your inventory. So every time you log into play, you have to rebuild your camp again. Epic! Just go play Minecraft. This is not worth it. Just go play Minecraft. It's better. Seriously. I fucking love Minecraft.
Alright, when you log out and everything gets to your inventory, that's true. That's true. But the fact that you need the resources to rebuild your base, I think, as far as I remember, you need all the resources. Like, you get the blueprint, right? You save the blueprint, so you don't need to rebuild it. But you need to put again in the ground the blueprint. Sometimes it's a glitchy, it doesn't go to the ground, so that's an issue that they have to fix. And also, he said about this pain in the ass building with mods. Like, what? Huh? Building is okay. There's nothing bad to say other than, hey, it's a building, you know.
Other players. Well, we're well over halfway through this video, and this is the first time I've even mentioned the multiplayer. That's not a good sign. So I don't actually know what to say.
I built the whole city in Fallout 4. Yeah, that's like comparing with the Fallout 4. Since I didn't play it, you know, I didn't have any building in Fallout. Fallout, what is it? Fallout 3 and New Vegas. So hey, that's a plus for me. But if you play the Fallout 4, then yeah, I can understand the frustration, the limitations of how long you can build. That I agree. And also from the videos, when they said about the Fallout 76, you're gonna be able to make your own, I don't know, giant building or whatever. I was like, yeah, cool, I'm gonna make a town, you know? And then they gave me like a small poop. That's a little bit meh.
Say about the co-op, because in the 8 or so hours I played, I never managed to get another player to team up with me. Everyone seemed pretty much determined to play solo at all times. Kind of like an MMO.
Yeah, they want to do their questing, they want to go around, they want to figure it out, they want to figure out the game. Why do you want him to join you? What is the reason? Why do you want him to join you? Since the individual has his own quest that he wants to do. You know, everyone literally just started the game, so they are trying to do figured out a lot of things. They're trying to explore. They're trying to go around. This is not the end game. You're gonna look for friends to join you at the end game when you have two players that they have the same goal. Hey, you have this base, I have this base. Let's combine it and do something together, right? I don't want to grow up with anyone because I'm doing my own thing. I'm exploring. I'm learning, building. I'm doing my own thing. Let's say, trying to figure it out. The game makes sense. Why he wouldn't? For you as a YouTuber, you want to create content by inviting other people, just to have a communication and, create content around you. But the individual, since he's not a content creator, he just want to learn the game, he's not going to join you. He's not going to feed you content. You understand what I mean? Does that make sense? Yeah?
The game basically handicaps itself anyways by being so pathetically easy. Why would you ever bother to team up with someone who's going to take half of your loot if you can play just as effectively solo? It's completely pointless. And even if you are brain dead enough to actually need help with a quest, good luck finding another player who has the exact same quest, is a similar level, and actually wants to team up with you.
Yeah, it meant to be the personal quest to be personal, and the events to be like a team, where you don't really want to team up. You just do all of you the event as a team without actually teaming, and getting the reward as a team without teaming. Makes sense. The event quests are for multiplayer. The personal is for you. The main quest is for you. The side quest is for you. Put a difference. It's not dungeons. You're gonna get a group and go through the dungeons. That's a quest line that you're gonna follow to unlock your own things, right? On events, yes, you're gonna do them with other people, without actually inviting to the team. Just go to the same area and you all gonna do the event. That's how it meant to be. He doesn't get it, how the quest line works. Since 3 minutes ago he said there is no quests. Now he says that there is quests as well. Okay.
You are probably more likely to win the lottery. So the co-op is totally pointless.
No, there is not. It's endgame. Co-op is for the endgame.
What about the PvP? Well, I'm happy to say that the PvP is not only also pointless, but it's also fundamentally broken. Oh my God! The way the PvP works is that when you shoot another player, it sends them a duel request and does a tiny amount of damage. Theoretically, you could actually kill someone just by shooting them in the head over and over and over, but it takes so long that your gun will actually break before you ever do enough damage to kill someone.
Yeah, griefing. I mean, yeah. If he doesn't want to participate into a PvP, he's not going to participate to PvP, right?
And even if you had like 8 assault rifles on you with tons of ammo, they would just use a stim pack and heal themselves to full anytime they got low.
It's not pathetic. It's just the person itself is doing its own thing. He doesn't want to participate into a PvP. All right. Otherwise, every town that you go, the first person that you will see, he will shoot you and repeat. The tougher person is gonna always kill you, and you're gonna be over there, frustration and no progression. It makes sense. At the end game later on, where you're gonna go and fight for a camp because you wanna get the camp, yeah, that's not really a pointless PvP. I'm gonna go and claim your base because I can claim the farming base that you have over there. And if you decide to defend it, you are very welcome to attack me back. Otherwise, just sit over there and let me get it. There is PvP later on. I don't know how much he played. I cannot see his level. But yeah, early levels PvP is pointless. It's not meant to be for early. It's meant to be to take your personal quest, do your quest, level up, get your cuts, figure it out what's going on with the game. Then, once you figure it out, then it's gonna be a base battle between players. There is the PvP over there.
And they would also have to just stand there and Also, they could just log out. So, you cannot kill someone who does not want to be killed. The
Yeah, you're trying to kill someone that is level 7. Why?
PvP can be ignored. Imagine that you were playing Dark Souls and a little message popped up and said, "Someone wants to invade you. Do you want to be invaded right now?" And you could just hit no. You could just hit no. Who cares? Fuck them. Now the interesting thing is, imagine you actually wanted to PvP, even though it's completely pointless and there's no reason to do it. You shoot the person back.
Yeah, killing a player is pointless, but killing a player to get his base is not pointless. You want to get the resources.
Who shot you first, and it starts a duel, and then you both do full damage to each other. The problem here is that the person who sends the duel request by shooting first will always lose, because the way you initiate the duel is by shooting back. Meaning that if someone shoots you, you can just walk straight up to them, go into your inventory, put on your power armor, pop a psycho, get out your strongest shotgun, and then just vats in on their head and get a critical. And you'll kill them in one hit. You win the duel. There's nothing they can do to stop you from doing this.
One hit, no, I never did one hit.
Because they cannot damage you until you shoot back. It's just the most broken system you can possibly imagine. And just to remind you, it is completely pointless. There is no reason to PvP. There is no incentive. There's no reward for it. It is just fucking pointless. Thank you, Todd.
You're an idiot. Alright? If you haven't played the game, if you're still like level 10, you haven't played the game, so you don't understand what is the PvP, alright? You don't understand it. I explained what is the PvP, so let's go over it. You can one hit. Alright, you can one hit. Once it comes to power armor, I don't think you will be able, like the PvP meant to be for endgame, like power armor versus power armor. I don't think you can one shot, right?
Thank you so much.
But it should have been a normal damage instead of one shot as a fireback. It should be same damage, it's more damage than you initiate with the damage,
But this is a Bethesda game, so obviously there's going to be a bug, right? Well, Daddy Inferno has you covered. If you want to kill another player who's not in PvP, all you gotta do is build a building that's really high up, usually just some stairs going up to a platform, and then bait some other players to come up there with you by, offering to trade or something. And then you just delete the floor out from underneath them, and they will fall to their death. Now, mind you, when a player falls to their death in Fallout 76, they don't actually die. They go into like a Borderlands-style second wind mode. But if they are down there in second wind mode and you just waltz on down and pop them in the head, that will finish them off and you get credit for the kill. So, have fun, guys, because they're probably going to patch this out because it's fun. Security. Now this is epic. Some smart boys out there have been digging around in the game's files and probing the networking. And it looks like Todd has goofed up pretty bad. The game's connection to the server and other players is not encrypted, meaning that you can not only get the IP address of everyone in a server, but you can also spoof packets in order to screw over other players, or even just forcibly disconnect them from the game. It also appears that the game has no client-side cheat detection, so
they never did a multiplayer, so they never expected this issue, it is bad from them, I agree.
script kiddies will be running rampant when the game comes out. Oh boy. They should have called this Fallout Remastered. So, in conclusion,
it's kind of like an experiment for them, this whole, and they're gonna be fixing and patching stuff, we've seen the article.
76 is a game. It works more or less exactly as it should. It's not particularly bad, but it's also definitely not good.
And you're trashing it, so it's considered to be a bad, since your title is Fallout 76 is a lie. You cannot say, it's okay game. No, it's a lie. That means it's completely unplayable and trash, right?
It's just like the most intensely mediocre experience you've ever had. A game that is so bland that I can only recall a few specific details amid a tidal wave of shooting dudes. I couldn't even bring myself to play the beta for the whole duration. I just gave up on the second day and went and refunded my
Second day, so that's how much you played.
Pre-order because it's just not worth it at all. And with that, I guess all that's left to be said is I hope Bethesda's next game is better, and I'm sorry, Todd, but this is one Skyrim I will not be buying.
What do you expect within 48 hours? What do you expect? You explored like 2% of the game, dude. Honestly. Wrong scene. Oh yeah, we got the new alerts, we got the new stuff. Still need to work on my key binding and refixing and doing stuff. Alright, yes, that's the first day that we do the new alerts, overlays and all of that. Took me forever to set up everything. I had to do some CSS encoding. Never did that, but I figured it out. I like how he trash talk Todd while he isn't even associated with the game programming itself, but I bet he doesn't know anything else. He knows one name, and that's all it matters, you know. He is the responsible for making the game. The full responsibility is on him. He's not just the representative, you know, the person that is just talking. And a game dev, he is the only one. Blame him, you know. By the way, he has played 12 hours at the most. First beta was 8 hours and 2, and second was 4 hours. It seems that he played not the beta though. If I'm correct, I'm not sure. Let's jump into the game. Again, that's my words about the whole video.